have started sewing on it a bit already. I am at the point where I need to serge it, so let's get going on that. So to change the color, what I have found works really good for me, I will turn on the dial just a little bit to loosen the threads, and then I'm going to pull through the new colors. And for me, that just works fantastic because I find that this machine often wants to lose the knot if I just start sewing. There you can see, there's my knot, and we have one more to go, and that's the needle. And I just always help it along up here through the tension so that it doesn't have to pull quite so hard on this, on the far end. It has a little bit of help. And this one doesn't always want to go through the needle, but if I have to rethread the needle, that's not a huge deal. See, there it goes. And there we go. We have all new threads in there, and we are ready to sew. I've pinned some small little pleats in the front of the shirt here, so I'm going to sew those in, and then I'm going to press it.
Yes, you are seeing correctly. I am switching out my sewing machines. I have a couple, and I always come back to this one no matter what. I try to use the other ones, and for some things they're really good, but for what I use it the most, this is one that I always come back to. For my binding, and I was ironing it, and it didn't want to stay really well, so I had to go over it several times. This fabric is really thin and sheer-like, so it just didn't want to press very well at all. Here is the finished product. It turned out well. I am happy with it, but if I was to make this pattern again, there is a couple of changes that I would make, but no big deal. It's totally usable, and I definitely have worn it already. I made some raspberry concentrate and frozen these round ice cubes, and I just filled it up with water, and it was so delicious and refreshing. So that's what I got ready as I headed down into my soap studio to make some soap. So So here I am in my studio making some soap. The lye and the oils had cooled to the proper temperature. They were both around 100 degrees. So I am mixing them together and I am going to be making a lavender lilac soap. Here I am just mixing my soap, making sure that there isn't any oil streaks and that it has blended really well before I go on to add the fragrance and the coloring. For me, this next part is always so exciting and thrilling. There's just something about mixing the fragrance in there and the colors and then deciding what design you want to do and what you want this bar of soap to look like once it is complete.
When I was at my worst, it's grace that you extended that I did not deserve. Second birth, I'm overwhelmed and grateful. You took what I deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. And I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. Hallelujah. Love has made a way.
I was having a bit of a hard time getting the white color out. I'm thinking I probably should have added a little bit more oil to it just to make it a little more fluid.
Hallelujah. Love has made a way. Hallelujah. If forever I give thanks. Oh, and I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the
Okay, here is the finished soap. It is the next day and I am ready to cut into it. I am so excited to see what these swirls are going to look like. And I just absolutely love the color transformation from the wet soap to the dry soap. Isn't it just beautiful? I absolutely love the scent and the colors are stunning. Alright, here I am making the first cut, and yes, I am using a cheese slicer as I don't have an official soap cutter yet. I have one ordered. It should be coming in the next while, but look at that swirl. It is so nice. I am very pleased with how this one turned out. Putting some chocolate ganache and a white chocolate whipped filling into these cupcakes. We had invited some friends over for the evening, so I had decided I was going to make some cupcakes to serve, and the cupcakes turned out really good, but needless to say, I had to try a new icing recipe, and no matter how much icing sugar I put in there, it just did not want to thicken up properly, so the icing was a little too thin for piping. So that part didn't turn out the way that I had hoped, but they were still delicious and were still enjoyed. Here are the finished cupcakes. I think they still turned out pretty cute. The little rabbit ears and the bunny tails and the flower gardens. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.